And we're live in the toilet, as you know, as you should, because this is the right place to watch our podcast, in the toilet. Oh, did you change your hair to purple?
No, there's just different lighting in here.
Fuck off.
It needs re-dyeing. It looks like ass at the minute.
Yeah, same.
Need to dye the beard.
Yeah. Do you have a beard? Do you? No.
Not really.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
well, that's okay.
I'm still learning.
Yeah, no, I think I saw like a post recently about men's facial hair and how you should, like, what you should call a beard and what you shouldn't call a beard.
And this definitely isn't anything.
Yeah, it looks like armpit hair. It's fine. It's whatever. You know, it's fine. I'm not.
Pretty much.
I'm not. I don't care, man. I love you. I still love
you.
you.
You're not judging. You're just,
No. I'm just making remarks about your facial hair. That's it. If you feel offended, you choose to be offended. That's on you.
I'm sorry that you feel a certain way. Fucking hell. Toxic Paul.
Classic Paul. Toxic Paul. Team of experts.
Oh God, here we go.
Oh man, I miss those guys. Not really, but I miss them. No. First and foremost,
okay.
I just
want to say... Are we
gonna
do an introduction?
About what? I mean, everybody knows that this is like the shittest shit show ever, so... Welcome, everybody. This is Sunday Roast with Paul and Aaron. Aaron. This is another word that I'm finding difficulty to say. Your name. Aaron.
That's fine. Yeah, that's perfect.
Aaron.
Just think of like the thing that you put dead people in.
Yeah, Ern. Exactly. Was about to that went dark too fast. Welcome to the podcast. It's me and Ern. We're having a good time. It's podcast number, I think that's 8, right? That's 8.
I thought we were at 6 last week, so...
Yeah, I've been a complete procrastinating dick and did not upload number 7 on YouTube. It's uploaded everywhere else. It's on all the streaming platforms and on the podcasty places, but not on YouTube.
I mean, are we to expect anything less?
Exactly. I mean, it's not that we have like millions of fans waiting for shit to happen anyway. It's like, Paul, why didn't you upload it on YouTube? Go fuck yourself.
Oh my God. Have you emailed that guy yet?
Who?
You know, the developer.
Of course not. I mean, what are you talking about? Like, dude, come on. Come on. I mean, you procrastinate or you procrastinate. Like, what do you do?
Exactly. All right. Okay. Well, so you're going to kick off this week with a hot topic, I guess.
Hot takes. It's going to be pretty hot. It's going to be so hot. So hot. I think I should put some Santan on. It's like so hot. I'm going to get burned. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a variety of topics that we're going to discuss within the next 2 hours. I will try to be as condensed and meaningful as possible. I think we're covering, please, correct me if I'm wrong. We're definitely going to cover some of the well-awaited, it's been high time to address it, Paul, universal music topic.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Then there's going to be an interesting discussion about merch. There's going to be some hot tea about Los Angeles-based scam artists.
Fucking hell. Yeah, we're getting into it this week.
Dude, yeah. I mean, we got to call them as we see them. And it takes one to know one. So, what else? I don't know. And there's going to be a lot of shit, coming up as well.
I made a list.
Oh my God! It's so cool.
That's the last time I organise this podcast. God.
Well, I mean, I think you're the only person who actually like comes somewhat organized in this. Like, I just basically.
Sorry for giving a shit.
Yeah. It's like, let's make that thing clear to everybody. Aaron actually gives a shit. I don't. So
no. That's fine. At least one of us does.
Exactly. That's. I mean, it's all about splitting up the responsibilities in this. You know what I mean? Like, you're the person who gives a shit. I'm the person who doesn't give a shit. So it's fair. It's fair. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, are we gonna have any guests? I think you said somebody's gonna join today, or
no, not that. That's next time.
Next time, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I planned in advance, and I was like, yeah, we might have this person coming on December 12th, and you were like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, December 12th. Yeah, okay, I remember. I mean, I can if you want, I can just drop off, and you guys can just hit it off by yourselves. No, I'm just joking.
I don't think that would work anyway, because like you're the host, so
yeah, I know. I'll give you access to Pueblo Vista Instagram account. Nobody gives a fuck anyway. Like, come on.
Whatever, here first, folks.
Like, whatever, man. Like, I don't care. No, okay. I think yeah. On the quick update side, you know, I don't want to take too long. It's basically I've been busting my ass. I mean, you know that I got a new PC, or let's say I got the elements to build my new PC.
Yes.
So yesterday, all the elements were here, and I said to myself, "Why did I buy them? I'm so fucking bored. I should have paid somebody to put them together." Yeah. But yeah, it turns out it's great. The only problem was the power supply. I just got fucked. I just need a cable that wasn't there.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah. That was the last time. The last thing that I checked, the compatibility of my power supply with the actual motherboard. So I'm missing I don't know, something to some pins, like a 4-pin thing that goes onto the motherboard. Like, so. Yeah, I was doing operations, surgical operations until, I don't know, 2-3 a.m.
Yeah, I know.
Good thing is, like, the old PC is squeaky clean, bro. It's like so clean. I mean, I even went like outside in the balcony at 3 a.m. Well, 2, blowing the dust out of the fucking graphics card. It's like, it's a fucking dead silent, because I live in an area where it's like a mausoleum, like, you know, after 10 o'clock, there's like nothing. So there's like a random, like...
Oh, so you didn't even use like a can of air?
I don't have one. I mean,
let's introduce moisture into this sensitive component.
Yes. You know, it's actually, I have a very dry blow. I blow very dry, like nothing else. Noise!
Oh, fucking hell.
Noise. Yeah. So, yeah. Having said that, I think next week I ordered the new power supply.
Did you get one of those fancy modular ones?
I had a fancy modular one from Corsair, and it's really dope. And I'm gonna get an even fancier modular one from ASUS.
Oh.
Because the motherboard is ASUS. So this is also going to be ASUS. It's the 850 watt Thor.
Look at him talking like he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, like I know my shit. You know. Anyway, long story short.
I definitely don't.
Anyway, boring. Will this improve the quality of my music? Absolutely not. It's the same fucking shit. But. Yeah. I'm going to use that as the first segue to also announce that Pueblo Vista is going to be dropping its first seasonal compilation, finally again, as singles. Well,
fuck's sake.
It's everything. Sorry. No. I just wanted to say something else that came out entirely different. No, we're going to be dropping our winter compilation where you are also part of it. Thank you very much, sir. Finally, I got 22 muy bonito tracks. Muy bonito. You know, your basic lo-fi shit with a twist.
Fucking hell, this promo is spot on.
Dude, I mean, feel after I finish mine, feel free to plug your shit as well. I'm actually going to be throwing in a couple of my basic as fuck lo-fi beats. Like fresh music, guys. New music.
I got something cooking.
You got cooking.
Oh, God. Come on, spit it out. When? None of us know the date.
I think I'm gonna get it wrong. Wait. Because I name my folders with the date, but then I do have a different date on my Google Calendar. The Google Calendar is the safe one. Yeah, exactly. It's on the 8th. Nobody gives a fuck. It's on the 8th.
I give a fuck. What the hell?
Because you're in it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna be uploading and scheduling the stuff tonight. Anyway, also the cover. I need to finish the cover. I haven't finished it yet. But I was saying what. Yeah. That's it. So what do you got to plug? You got to plug anything?
Wait, you didn't really. Did you say the 8th?
What?
Did you say the 8th?
Who? What?
Oh, for fuck's sake! You're the worst.
Yeah, it's the 8th of December. I wanted it to be the 12th of the 12th, but that's a Sunday. And as we all know, I cannot kiss editorial ass on Sundays. It has to be either it has to be during the week is what I'm saying. So, and also we're going to be dropping everything in singles.
No, we're not, please.
We're starting today with Aaron's.
Oh shit, okay.
It's
not in my Spotify for artists, Paul.
Why can I see my comment on the Spotify for artists, Paul? Team of experts. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Cool, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I guess if I have stuff to plug,
by all means.
I have Kiwi Bear has some singles coming out and an album. Get excited! December we have 3 releases. Well, actually, we technically have 4 if we count the single that we're dropping for I'm Busy's single album that drops on the 17th.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
On the first, we have a single from I'm Busy's upcoming album.
Yeah.
On the 3rd, we have a 5-track EP from Lost Mind. On the 17th, we then have I'm Busy's album, and then on the 31st, we have a 2-track EP from an artist called Snore Lads.
What? Who?
Snore Lads.
Snow Lads.
Snore. Like Snorlax, but lads.
But is it Snorlax? Like, what's this guy's name? Like, there's a producer called Snore something. Isn't there? Nah, I'm confusing that. But he's like, he hasn't been around.
Yeah, I think this is a relatively new artist. He's only got 2 tracks out, but they're great, and their CP's really cool.
Okay, where's he from?
That's a good question.
Is he from the UK? I really want to say
he's from Europe.
I think I wanted you to say he's from the UK so I can say he's twat.
No, but I mean, I'm Busy's from the UK.
I know.
So,
twats, yeah.
Twat
all the way. What's up, twats? I think British people for me are twats and Americans are cunts, right? I think that's how you can say that. Correct? Is that correct?
Yes.
Stop typing with your shitty mechanical keyboard.
Shut
please.
up! I need to correct people in the comments. God damn it!
Who are you correcting? Snore lads.
And obviously, a few weeks ago we had an awesome release from Jeff Shadows. You have to check that out.
Yeah.
Just look for Kiwi Bear Records releases, the playlist on Spotify, and just listen to everything. Are we done plugging now? Let's get into the nitty gritty. Come on.
Let's get into the shit. So, without further ado,
it's my mechanical keyboard. It's little and it's glowy and
dude, it
sounds
lit.
like shit.
It's so lit, but it sounds like really hard when you start the clickety clacks. Oh
yeah.
My god! Like
it's because it's fine. I won't do it again.
No,
Everyone, stop talking in the chat. Just shut up.
Right. So I'm gonna try to log in on Instagram as well to make sure I can see the comments too. Cat's come to join us. There he is.
Here's our first guest.
Is it our only guest?
Here he is.
Okay, I think we hyped people enough. As you might or might not know, since last week, we officially got our divorce from Universal Music.
Yes.
So cue in applause. Yes. Oh, there he is.
Little Nico.
It's not that I hate cats. I just think they're super assholes.
Oh, 100%.
They're assholes, just assholes.
100.
That's it. That's the news. That's not it.
Oh, is that it?
No, that's not it.
No, I mean,
mute. Well, basically, it's been a very long journey, and it's been a learning curve, a learning for everybody. A lot of us, all the guys that were involved into this. You as well, because you were like.
Well, I kind of came into this late in the game.
Yeah. But you had a hot ear for everything. So
Yeah.
I borrowed your hot ear for that stuff, and you were that fly on the wall and shit like that in all the expressions, which was like super cool. Yeah, it's been an interesting journey. What I can say to people, what I can suggest to people is like, be very careful with who you work with, especially when they come from the major label plane. I'd like to also say here, like as a disclaimer, that the only major, or let's say connected to a major label, that is actually doing a proper, what I think, a proper job into vertically entering the market is Atlantic Records.
Yeah,
with Atlantic Chill.
Where I thought you were going to go.
I think the guys or whoever is behind that team there is doing a really great job. I'm not going to say the classic, classic buzzwords like cultivating and this and that, but they really pay attention to their brand. They created a brand.
Yeah.
And they're focusing in to the growth of that particular brand, to its engagements. They don't do shitty stuff. I mean, they do the classical thing where, the label is the artist to whatever. It makes perfect sense. To this point, I think nobody gives a fuck anyway. If you do it properly, of course. But I really see I see quality over quantity, which is quite important. Yeah. I see very carefully selected and created. Like, I really like their artwork and the covers. I do think, from my personal point of view, that it's rather like very detailed, considering the fact that most of this content is viewed on a mobile screen, so you cannot really pay attention to the details. However, if you're like a nerdy nerd like me, you're gonna find the cover and you can appreciate the detail and the structure and the layout that they have, which is pretty cool. It's an interesting animal that they're using, the walrus. Or is it?
Yeah.
It's a walrus, right? It's not a sea lion. Yeah. Or
has it got teeth?
Is a sea lion a walrus, or is
No.
it like these are two different things, right? Okay, right. Swimming mammals is what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, they don't do eggs, so they have to be,
Oh,
they suck.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, is that what defines a mammal? Oh, you learn stuff every day.
Yeah, and sucking titties, and that's it. Milk. Dolphins are not fish, for example; they're mammals. So
Yeah.
Yes, you knew that. Anyway, so and they also fall into the category into your extended presentation from last time when you said about how to create content about what you're releasing and keep pushing that and not just like doing one and dropping it. Like,
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that as a disclaimer, like nothing against it. It would be, it would definitely be a because I'm very difficult to, I barely release with anybody else other than myself. So I just want to keep it in the house. I don't give a fuck. But it would definitely, I can see me releasing with them. I'm not saying that I want to release with them. I can, see me releasing with them.
I would.
Yeah. So yeah. Having said that, going back to the main subject, there's thankfully for these guys, we have a almost weekly topic to discuss in our Discord. They have become a little bit of an inside joke or a meme, as they say, using what I've never encountered before, what is called a fixed playlist. I think there's been a lot of discussions and a lot of guys have been asking me exactly what a fixed playlist is and what the difference is that from a playlist and whatever. What I can tell you, like basically, it's for everybody to see out there. It's it's a VA compilation. That's what it is. But for some reason, Universal Music decided to call it a fixed playlist. I do understand why.
It's because it's essentially masquerading as a playlist. Like,
exactly.
they are using the names and imagery that you would find if you searched for, like, I don't know, like Lo-Fi Study. They have a compilation that is that. And because albums, singles, and artists show up before playlist on Spotify, then boom, they will come up straight away first.
Exactly.
Whether it's actually beneficial to artists or even the music,
definitely not.
Yeah,
I can tell you for a fact that it's not. It's 9 out of 10 times is not beneficial in the sense of like. I don't know. It's what we've always mocked in a way. This team of experts thing. This was basically. I can mention that for context sake, that this was a term that has been thrown into my face several times. Several times in working with them. So and now it's just it's more of a curb your enthusiasm kind of element. Dun, 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 dun. Team of experts.
You open up your fortunes and see that you've been added to 32 new fixed playlists.
Exactly. Or basically having to edit your Fortunes app. Shout out to the guys for a really great app, by the way, and untick the releases out, because it's just like it swamps your whole app. Like you don't know what's happening. And unfortunately, in my case, because we were like quote unquote pushed to use Pueblo Vista as the main artist in a bunch of comps that we did initially. Basically the late night joint series. There's a lot of tracks out there that have me as a primary artist, so they tend to use mainly these. So it's like there's an abundance of shit, and I openly invite everybody who's in the chat and is joining the live now and doesn't know already that you can go on my Spotify or in the Apple Music or Deezer or whatever, and go under the appears on section. You will see everything that you would ever dream of, or your worst nightmare. There's lo-fi for everything, guys. And I got it.
Lo-fi cooking.
Lo-fi cooking is the latest addition to a vast collection of wonderfully compiled music. I see like, if the only reason that this has been done, like you would use a fixed playlist, would be the fact that albums appear on top of playlists on Spotify, I think it's a pretty I don't even consider it as tangible research data. You know what I mean? It's like it's a little bit it's a bit pointless for me. Like, it makes more sense to have a playlist. I mean, let me just say this. I know the reason why they use that and they don't use a dynamic playlist. The only reason why they use fixed playlists is the fact that let me see how I phrase this. Basically, when you enter a major label like this one, the first thing that happens is that they take 20% of your royalties for what they call global distribution, which means that if you want your music to be promoted in the other areas where that major has offices, because these offices are very independent from one another, even though it's the same company. If you want, for example, I'm in Austria, if I want Universal Germany or Poland or Romania or USA, whatever, to promote my stuff, they have to get a cut, which is like the first aha moment that you get working with them, at least. And then as soon as they have all the music in a pool, the lo-fi pool, let's say, they can all pick and choose and individually and independently from one another release these compilations, where they will keep a percentage of the royalties generated, basically, as an area. not everything, but part of this 20% is what they can keep, and which is a lot easier to, I guess, organize, structure, and maintain, rather than having a dynamic playlist and trying to figure out splits and cuts between the main, let's say the main company that the artist is signed with everybody else. So that's the reason why we kept saying like more and more, because you don't really know the origin of that fixed playlist. Like at the end of the very bottom in the PNC line, it just says UMG Music, which is everything goes under the global, let's say, office. But if there would, but this is how it works basically. Like all the different areas, they have like a different, they can do these compilations because they have this pool of music and they can just choose from. And what it helps the artist with sometimes is that, for example, I've been in a compilation with, it's not, I would love to work with these people, but I know it's impossible, in the sense of, I've been in the same compilation with Justin Bieber,
Billie Eilish, I think was one.
Billie Eilish and Janet Jackson.
Oh, nice.
And this was something, something with lo-fi. I don't really remember, but it was like the lo-fi word was there, which in an algorithmic way, I assume that this, can help me a lot. You're in the same boat with, Justin or Billie Eilish or whatever. It's great. I mean, I would much rather prefer working with them directly, like, making like a lo-fi flip of something, or than that. This can definitely, maybe, I assume that can algorithmically help you if it keeps happening. I think it falls under the same principle as we talked about 2 weeks ago about the whole with the best music. Like if he's the best, so you work with him, so you're definitely going to get some, you're rubbing shoulders with these guys, it's going to definitely rub on you. So I don't know, ask me something. I'm gonna lose my track of thought.
No, I think it depends, obviously, because I know a fair bit and I don't want to say something out of turn, but there was this was one of many different factors that kind of led you to the path of wanting to kind of get out of that relationship with UMG. And like I said, I don't want to say too much because it's not really my place to say, but this was the kind of biggest red flag among several other red, yellow, orange flags that were going. But I think it's obviously a good learning experience, but as you've said previously, it's been a long, or how long now? Like a year and a half.
It's been a year. It's been a year. It's definitely a year. Yeah. It's been a year. So, and
what everyone would probably want to hear is where are you at now moving forward? Because I know that you've told everyone in the Discord what's going on from here, but I guess for those that are listening or those that are that are
not
in the chat
in the Discord, well, definitely the good thing is that long story short, basically we're going back with Dashko like we were before. I started working with Dashko I think 3.5 years ago. Then the opportunity, because this is how I wanted to see it, as an opportunity, working with Universal, because not about the money or the people. I mean, this has been, has been deconstructed really fast of what is there and what's not, sadly. But it was all about the opportunity. I mean, we got some good opportunities in the sense of Matchbox Youth and myself remixed a couple of bossa nova stuff, which was really great. However, funny thing, we never got a remixer contract. We never got paid, so we never knew when they were going to release it. They just popped the tracks out and it was released, and I had to find out through the app, through the Fortunes app, which was great. I know that Ian is definitely really butthurt about it and confused and why this is happening, but I'm as confused as he is, in the sense of we have no idea what's happening. But this was only let's say the tip of the iceberg. there's like a lot of small things like that kept happening all the time that I didn't have any patience anymore for trivial administrative things, because at the end of the day, I thought, we're going to be working with a huge company. I thought to myself, like, they have their shit figured out. I mean, they've been in the business for, I don't know, a little over 100 years, some shit like that. And they're dipped their toes into not just music, but fucking everybody's been to the movies. You've all seen the fucking Universal logo popping up. I don't remember that. Is it? No, that's 20th Century Fox. Yeah. Anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of applications of the music. So I thought to myself, that's definitely a good opportunity that I would like to explore. Like, you get better into what you do if you're in a specific industry or a field of work, and then let's say the top player of that comes and offers you a job, or offers you an opportunity to work with them. You're like, yeah, sure, why not?
That's the thing. I don't necessarily think you are in the wrong or made a mistake with this. I for one would, if I didn't know the experience that you had, would jump at the chance of that. I would expect the same things that you expected as well. I'd expect more support. I would expect pretty much a fast track to editorial. I would, I would be hoping for a lot more. If not a fast track, at least a more direct path to it. But we quickly found out that there were no paths. Like there was nothing. There was campaigns that had been done and favors that were exchanged. I mean, I remember like our first release, it got really I was even asked to provide the cover of that release so they can put it on Jazz Vibes. I was like, fuck, shit. Then instead of like choosing a proper track for that, or they chose my tracks, and I thought to myself, that's a bit like, that's definitely shitty in the sense of, I'm the guy who manages the label. There's another 20 people behind me at the time that were releasing music, or let's say that were committed to it, and shout out to all of the guys. Fucking use one of their tracks. Why are you fucking using mine? And quickly after that, I think a couple of weeks after that, I did get a couple of messages. It's like, oh, Paul, yeah. It's like, oh, of course it's your music. I take that. It was very well. It was badly received, and it was justified for. It was called for. I would have reacted the same way. Why do you need all of us to suck your dick or to suck your own dick? Like, what is it? And as you mentioned, it's there's been a lot of small, mainly administrative stuff. Things that the VA compilations, that there's no ending into this, and I think there's probably not going to be any ending soon, because one of the rules of the divorce is basically that they get to keep what has been distributed by them and exist in a specific list, Exhibit A, as we call it. Whatever is in there stays with them, and that's I think approximately 400 something tracks, in addition to some of our ambient stuff as well. And we're definitely going to be seeing more and more coming out. The good thing about it is that eventually they're going to have to start using other releases that are part of this list and our contract, of course, and not just the stuff that mentions Pueblo Vista as an artist, which is great. So at the end of the day, I wouldn't say it was all for nothing, but it's definitely like a learning curve. We learned a lot. In hindsight, though, this would probably be one of the very few things that I would just regret doing, in the sense of if I could turn back time, I would just not do it. I mean, all the signs were there. I think it was like I felt as if I had to. I can say it's similar to going back to school for a year.
while you don't really have to. Like okay, whatever. Like, so it's not. Was it like a waste of time? I think it's more like like it's a waste of time and energy, especially if you have to mess with things that you thought that you have solved already, and then it's like same stuff. I mean, a couple of other things that I can mention is that there were like we didn't get statistics for our streams, like some centralized statistics page. Like, for example, people who use Dashco, if you go to Dashco as a label, for example, you have an overall of the stuff that you have published and released as a label. So we weren't provided with something like that. This only came, I think, several months after we agreed, after the contracts. I think I want to say 6 or 7. Then I was given access to some like a royalty statement platform that barely gets updated ever. So it's pretty much dead. There's like a financial person that makes everything and sends me like an Excel file, and I know who to pay and how to pay. And I found a lot of things that like that. I was like, huh? Like, but aren't you guys supposed to like know that kind of shit? Whatever. And the most important thing that I think it bothered a lot of it bothered a lot of the artists involved, and that shit is like, that shit doesn't leave rent free in your head. It's a pain in the ass. You have to pay. It's basically the whole editorial thing, because everybody was like, the simplest assumption that everybody could make is like, oh, it's Universal Music, my shit is gonna blow up.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, I try to keep the expectations into a realistic level, because I've seen some stuff, but every person that joined after the initial pack, they had that expectation, and it's very natural for them to have that. Like, I totally understand.
Exactly.
And then you put something out, and after like a week or 2 weeks, you're like, where's the streams, Paul? Like, I have like 150 streams. And I'm like, fuck me. And my dynamic playlist, which I also need to mention, like at the time of that last year, I haven't been so. Oh, I'm so interested.
No. I'm just knackered, mate. I'm just absolutely knackered.
Like, I haven't been so tentative to them, because and I definitely take the responsibility for that. I was like, we're working with Universal Music. Fuck it, they're gonna push us to the right direction. They're not gonna be holding our hands, but I can be directed to something. And after discussions and stuff with a team of experts, I was like, I know more than these people. It's amazing. And what really bothered me, I think, at the end, and this is something that I was very vocal with them, especially in the Minix, that was that they were trying, instead of adjusting their ways, at least for that really small pocket called Lofi, to my strategy and my way of thinking and how the scene works. They were like, no, we're gonna tell you what to do. I'm like, but dude, like, that's not how Lo-Fi works. That's not. It's like we definitely see the opportunity, like having a major label of your caliber supporting this. Maybe this can bring more opportunities to the people working on Lo-Fi. This can bring more ears to that particular music, like, whatever, and coins, and of course after that, this can snowball into more income, to more whatever opportunities for everybody. But it seemed like it was like, we just want to make fuck you money. Yeah. Because you guys have been, making money, so we're going to make fuck you money off of you. And then what's your business plan? Fix the playlists. Yeah. And that was it. And
it's kind of like Grandpa Music Label comes in and tries to get in with the kids, but keeps that kind of almost traditional sense of how a label should work. But yeah. Oh, hey, it's snowing.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is snowing here all day long since yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's November, it's Radford, just know here.
Yeah. No,
Cool.
it's exactly what you said, man. Sadly, that was the case, and I was really turned off by the whole thing. I felt like as if they were talking to like a toddler.
Yeah.
You know, somebody like pointing their finger. I mean, no, you don't do that, and you know this, that, and when basically the shit hit the fan, and I was like, you know, like let's say the label reached a point where nobody wanted to release anymore, and I completely understand that. Like most of the guys that I've been with for like 4 or 5 years, you know, I would say half of the Italian crew, right? They said, no, Paul, you know, it's great, we love you, you're our friend and everything, but it doesn't make any sense for us in terms of music. And I'm like, I completely understand it. And I went to them and I was like, you know what, guys, like we have like a few scheduled releases, some of them being from Dipshit as well. Like I think we're dropping with Universal in January is the last one, I think, an EP from Dipshit as well.
Yeah.
And I said, that's it, I got nothing. Like nobody wants to release with me because you're being shitty. Like you
well,
don't
that's
do
the thing.
this,
Like
you don't do
everyone's
that.
come along and been like, "What the fuck is this thing that I'm appearing
Exactly.
on? That's like
Yeah.
lo-fi for kiddies." And it's like,
Oh my god,
nobody
yeah,
wants
when
to
that
see
shit
that
came
shit.
out. Yeah, exactly. I mean, between 25 singles on a compilation from a lo-fi label and this, I would take the 25 singles. Honest to God. Like, no more. No more
Yeah.
fucking lo-fi for kids. Lo-fi for cooking. Lo-fi for like...
Lo-fi office.
Oh yeah, that was the new one. That was the new one. So you're like, mate, like just you want let's sit like I was like, let's sit down, let's have a business plan together. Like if you're like starting like pumping this shit out with no end, that's not a business plan, mate. Like I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, but we're thinking of like blah blah blah. And I'm like I have at some point I was going through like emails and shit like that, and I'm like, there's been promises, man. Promises made since June last year. And I'm like, and I was trying to figure out if they followed up in any of these promises, because after a point we started keeping like meeting notes for every meeting, and there was like it was like nothing. It was like a regurgitated comments,
Yeah,
and regurgitated opinions about whatever, and then snowballing to the next meeting and the next meeting and the meeting after next, and just sitting around like, what is it, circle jerking everybody. And I was like, fuck. Like, I got meetings in my 9 to 5. I don't need any more meetings. Like, I think at some point I told them like, I don't want any more good news. I want good results. And and just because you guys like offered us, like, I think at some point I was told that, oh, but we're from the fixed playlist, we got like 1 million streams. And I was like, dude, as a label, since 2018. We've done like over 200 million streams across all platforms. You think like 1 million streams in 7 months is like an achievement. I said, maybe it's for you, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm in the position to say, no, this for me is cacahuete. Like it's peanuts. Like these are not numbers.
Yeah.
If you said we do like 1 million every 2 days, I'd be like, fuck yeah, this makes sense. Because you cannot come to me and say, oh, we need time to establish a brand. I'm like, dude, I'm an established brand already.
Yeah.
You're an established brand too. But why do I feel like I'm starting from zero with you guys? Like, what the fuck is happening? But anyway, this is a thing of the past now. So send me your submissions.
Please.
Nah, I think we're good. I think the next couple of months I will probably have to put new submissions on hold, because we're kind of like we're filling up the calendar pretty fast. And I mean, now it's a good time to say as well, like I think this year the label Pueblo is gonna focus on more quality I mean, we had quality before, but we're going to focus to even more quality, and I'm going to limit the releases to 2 per week, in the sense of I definitely want to go for EPs rather than singles, and I will also reserve the single stuff for people that I've been working with for a long time. So if you're a new artist and you come to us, don't expect to get a single out just yet. Singles are mainly for compilations. But yeah, and focus on that basically, instead of just pumping shit out like 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 times a week. I gotta keep my sanity, and I just need to recover from a very interesting and learning year, to be honest. But yeah, this has been really a blast. The music is out there. I'm not a big fan of supporting it.
Which is a shame, because
exactly,
it's stuff that people worked on, and it's kind of become tainted because of incompetence, I guess.
Exactly. Or I would say lack of proper business planning.
Mm-hmm.
I would say lack of project management experience. Because I don't want to, how should I say? And it's not about allegedly or whatnot. It's like I don't want to shit on people's head, in the sense of every job, everywhere, whatever. There are people who work, and there's people who are slacking, and there's people who do whatever they want and whatnot. What I can say for a fact is that the Universal Music team in Austria wasn't prepared and wasn't ready to handle the project of Pueblo Vista, to handle and accommodate the needs of as they called me, like a small indie label.
Yeah.
So, and our needs were very basic. Like the bare minimum was that royalty statements, statistics. If you cannot provide those two, you shouldn't call yourself anything. Not a distributor, not a fucking label, or whatever. Yeah. But if you, they definitely gaslit the shit out of me. I mean, I didn't fall for everything, but there was some stuff because I really wanted to believe them, So there were a couple of aspects of the whole gaslighting that I fell for it. I was like, fuck yeah, especially when it came to the whole name dropping stuff. But because I mean, it's Universal Music, so they own virtually every label out there. Everybody's a subdivision of Universal Music. So, and when it comes to our genre, the stuff that we're doing, instrumental hip hop, it's, it's Blue Note Records, it's The Verve, it's Decca, it's Motown. We've seen that. We've seen that as well. Lowtown. So, sure, this is definitely an opportunity. Like, why wouldn't I, in the people that I represent through Pueblo Vista, the label, not get access to original samples from the fucking 60s or the 70s of like these legendary tracks that until now you just go onto YouTube, you reap the thing. Imagine doing that officially.
Yeah.
I mean, another myth that we can, I guess, tear down is the fact that there are no royalties when it comes to remix work, especially on the big level, on major labels. Like it's like a one-off payment. You can ask for like 1,000, 2,000, 550, whatever, depends on your clout, I guess.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Maybe you're gonna get a credit in the producer line, but that's it. You're not gonna get publishing rights. You're not gonna get royalties. It's like a one-off thing. The only thing you're getting is, it's actually pretty cool. You get bragging rights. You get the occasional the temporary boost in numbers, because this is something also that I can interject as well and say that the Bossa Nova remixes that we did, along with the whole Lowtown Motown thing, it's the whole fucking EP. All of these releases are on lo-fi beats. Like everything is in there. So that was another like food for thought moment for me. It was like, aha. I mean, this happened, of course, after we left.
Yeah.
But I was like, we released in total 400 and something tracks. but I mean, I think what actually made it to editorials were like, I don't know, like maybe, I want to say 5, 6, maybe.
So like 2%, 1%.
Shit percent, yeah. And Universal Music US, because this is where these releases came from, the Motown and the Verve releases, the Bossa Nova, they got all their shit into the Lo-Fi Beats playlist.
Of course they did.
Yeah, exactly. And you're sitting there thinking like, what is was that? Okay, he says lo-fi, sleepy lo-fi is G. Yeah, we can talk about that. I mean,
stop sleepy lo-fi.
No. No, it's gonna put Daniel out of work, man. I mean, come on, it's gonna put him out of business. We don't want to wish him that.
It has its place. It's just not for me. I think that's probably what I should make clear. Like this whole thing, like last week when I was like hashtag stop sleepy lo-fi. It's a joke at the end of the day. Like I'm not, it's not for me. I don't really dig it that much. It genuinely. See, so this is like, and I guess we're moving on from the OMG thing now.
Yeah, let's move.
The thing that makes me laugh about Sleepy Lo-Fi, and especially like Colours in the Dark's Sleep Tales massive playlist, is that you're making music, right, with the pure intention of putting people to sleep.
Which works, by the way.
Now
we both tried it, and it works.
Yeah, exactly. Now, imagine. Like this is me coming from a like live music thing, because being in bands and stuff like that. I could not imagine going on stage with my band, playing music and actively seeing the audience fall asleep. For me, that's an issue. There's something wrong with my music if people are listening to it and actively falling asleep.
Some might call it a superpower. Yeah,
it just baffles me that the people are like, I guess, jumping and diving through all of these different hoops to put music on these like sleepy playlists so that they can put people to sleep. It's just absolutely mind-boggling. I love it. I love that there's a market for it, and there definitely is a market for it. But it's just not somewhere that I want to go with it. I just find it so backwards.
I mean, Saturn has a nice point here. He says, you can do yoga sets, meditation. Like, there's other applications as well. I think, to make clear that we're just taking the piss out of the whole sleepy part. Like, why would you make music that, essentially you end up not listening to because you're just falling asleep?
Yeah, no, this is the thing. Like, I'm not being negative. I'm just coming at it from such a weird angle that, being a musician that's played live music and stuff, and there's obviously a place for it. It's healing for a lot of people. It's meditative. It's relaxing. It does help with sleep and stuff. For me personally, like, I guess I'm fortunate in the sense that I can sleep, so I don't need it. But I get that. I understand there's a place for it. There's a massive market for it. Clearly, Sleep Tales playlist has a couple of 100,000 that gets like 10 to 15,000 plays a day.
Dude, fuck! Like I was shooting the shit with, and you said I'm sucking his dick. I need to say that. I was talking to Daniel yesterday, and I texted him like, because he has this fucking one track that he keeps posting and reposting, like putting on his playlist. And I told him, like, I said to him what I said to you. I said, I'm pretty sure you have 2 fucking sets that you interchange every other fucking week. Because it's like, you see the statistics graph and it's like a little penis every 7 days, like going up like that. And I was like, just choose a fucking other track. And he's like, but it's so good. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Just get another one, Give the pleasure of plays to somebody else too. Don't be a dick.
Give it to me.
Yeah, exactly. Give it to Aaron. Like, he makes sleepy stuff. He'll
I don't.
make it sleepy for you. He makes sleepy for you.
I have 2. Like, I can't. That's the thing. I can't even make sleepy music. Like,
because halfway through you fall asleep. Like,
well, it's just so minimal, and I can't be basic and simple and minimal, and I have to go overboard. Like, is the snare coming out? Is it bursting your eardrums? Then I'm not interested.
An anecdote that I can definitely share. I think I shared like a part of it with you, is that basically I'm actively scheduling releases which are basically Daniel's leftovers. Because Daniel got Yuri Tavares Bastos, if I pronounce it properly, his name. His artist name is Liner Wave, yeah. So he's a submissions curator as well. Like, he would listen to the stuff, and I got, like, last week I got a submission on our submission list, which was like sleepy shit, and it even uses the guy. So I mean, for me, because I haven't released so down tempo stuff, because I don't want to call it sleepy anymore. It sounds stupid. Okay, I haven't released sleepy stuff before, so it even, like, the guy even commissioned the artist that Daniel is using for his playlist, like the cover. It's the same artist. And I'm like, and I saw the submission. I was like, is this supposed to be going to Sleep Tales? Like, what's happening? And then I sent the link to him, and he's like, oh, I said, apparently Yuri dismissed that one. And I was like, okay, so I'm taking your leftovers, bro. It's fine. And I got a couple of more, and I started seeing the pattern, because, I mean, Daniel Colors in the Dark and Sleep Tales, whatever, he's from Brazil. So there's a lot of, all of the other submissions that I got were from Brazil. So there's definitely a pattern there. And I think what really took it home, drove that shit home, was like when 2 days ago, one of my tracks got added to his radio, his artist radio.
Oh, nice.
That's why I made that story, telling him, like, oh, I'm coming for you, bro. So, guys, we're gonna make a subdivision of Pueblo Vista. We're gonna call it Sleepy Vista, and we're gonna be releasing sleepy stuff. And this is a segue for you, because I know this is one of your subjects that you would like to talk about, like, sub-labels.
I mean, is it necessary?
Not really, but is this podcast even necessary?
Yeah. Okay, so this is the thing, like, lo-fi itself, or lo-fi hip-hop, chill-hop, whatever you want to call it, it's kind of fragmented enough as it is. There are so many different aspects to it where, you know, like we've mentioned, the sleepy stuff, there's upbeat stuff, there's like jazzy stuff, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, they all fall into the same bucket.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, there we
Had an alarm. There we go.
There you go.
Is there really any need to create a sub-label for what exactly?
Yeah.
And I've seen, like, there's been a couple of labels that have, I guess, kind of fragmented themselves a little bit, and I just personally, for me, I don't understand, like, what the point is, especially when it's not hugely different from what the main label has been releasing before.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I kind of think lo-fi itself, chill hop, whatever, it's fragmented enough as it is.
Yeah.
And creating additional labels just seems like a really weird move.
Yeah, it's overkill. I think it's overkill. Especially now, when to add to what you're saying, is that it's not that you are Rock Nation, you know, and you have this huge hip hop label, and then you want to release something more pop. Of course, it makes sense for that label to make a subdivision of that, so that people don't confuse this now. And we're talking about a well-respected, well-established, big-ass fucking label, hip-hop label, you know? So you will make something different to make sure, But when it comes to, like, you and me, or, like, let's say lo-fi labels, I mean, even chill hop being one of the biggest one, or even lo-fi girl, like, making a sub-label, no. Like, I think I was at some point contemplating for the ambient stuff or the down-tempo stuff that I always had, like, had a special place in my heart, to make like like a sub, and I was like fighting with. I was on the fence, like, oh, should I make a sub label, and blah, and then you're thinking about, oh, like fucking branding and blah blah, and another account on Instagram, and I'm like, no, fuck that. Like, I addressed that the same way that I addressed it when back in the day when I used to DJ or I used to produce. I always I would go with my producer, alias back then was Paul Gilmore.
Yeah.
And I would just put everything out as Paul Gilmore, whether it was like a progressive house thing or like a remix. I mean, I did like shit like that. It didn't matter. And I had like people telling me like, oh bro, but maybe you need to do like a different nickname, because I'm like, because what? I'm gonna confuse my audience? What audience? Like, I'm gonna, like, what do I want to fool myself? Like, oh, I got like 500,000. I have 1,000 followers. I'm confusing them. No, I'm not. I mean, and I saw it like, my example was pretty basic and simple. Paul Oakenfold. This motherfucker did progressive trance, and then he was like, and then he did hip hop. What was that? The classic too? Be My Butterfly, Sugar Baby. That tune that he did.
Oh,
with
Crazy Town.
Crazy Town. He was Paul Oakenfold again.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like I did this and I did that. Why shouldn't I take the credit? The only branding that this guy ever did, that this human ever did, he moved from Paul Oakenfold to just Oakenfold.
Yeah.
And that was it. That's great. That's great because, even people when talking about it, nobody would say his full name. They would say Oakenfold, and that's it. Even me, when I was discussing about before I knew what progressive trance was, I was like, oh, that's an Oakenfold track. I didn't know labels and genres or whatever. I was like, yeah, Oakenfold. That's Oakenfold, and I was referring to progressive trance music, and that was great. So. Yeah, what bother? I mean, unless of course there's like, tinfoil hat shit. I'm not gonna say anything then.
I mean, for me personally, we, as a label, we kind of have fingers in a couple of different pies. Like, we have like more hip hop swinging stuff. We've released some like lo-fi rap tracks. We've got like sleepy lo-fi chill hop type stuff. We've also got at the moment. One or two and a couple more coming up of kind of like soft, like sad pop, old R&B type music. And for me personally, like, just keeping that under this one, like, Kiwi Bear Records umbrella, like, I kind of want to be known, or I want us to be known as this kind of like DIY bedroom like label. Yeah. Both in itself, because, I work out of, a second room, and everything is very sort of like grassroots. I think it would be foolish of me to then be like, well, we're getting more sort of like old R&B, sad pop type stuff coming out, bedroom pop stuff. So let's move, let's create another label that's like, I don't know, Kiwi Lion Records or something. But I just feel like it's just going to fragment us even more, and allow us, or kind of prevent us, I guess, from growing as one main like label. And I kind of don't want that. I don't really mind that if you go onto our Kiwi Bear Records releases playlist, and 1 minute you'll be listening to, because we do have some sleepy lo-fi tracks, but then we have some like upbeat bedroom pop track. There's a sad pop track. It's it's a mixed bag, but it kind of all falls into everything that I like from this kind of DIY bedroom scene anyway. Exactly. And that's kind of what I want with this label. It's an amalgamation of me and my wife Hayley. We both work on this. We both listen to the music together, and we both decide whether we like it or not, and want to release it. And I think, we'd then be sitting there thinking, well, we can't release this under this one, but maybe we can release this under this one. And in a way, it kind of, having a sub-label from your main label kind of almost acts as a fuck you to artists that are mostly, let's say you're submitting your track because you want to release it on their main label, and then they're like, oh yeah, this is great, but we're going to release it under our sub label.
On that label, yeah.
That's kind of a bit of a fuck you. That kind of falls under the same thing as artists that have like different aliases for stuff that they don't want on their main artist thing. And I think that also comes across as a bit kind of pretentious and fuck you in a way, because it's like, oh, I want to work with you, but I don't want to work with you under my main artist name. I want to work with you. Yeah. And you know, that I find that a bit wanky.
It is,
you know, and again, unless you're working on drastically different music, you know, you've got your Paul Gilmore for the like trancey house type stuff, and then, you know, Pueblo Vista for lo-fi type stuff. It would be a bit jarring if you were to do like lo-fi house stuff or like trance stuff under Pueblo Vista, but again, I wouldn't really knock you for it. I'd be like, hell yeah, let's do something different. You know?
Exactly. No, I think even like major labels, like I've seen a lot of in the dance section, for example, Tiesto's like record label, Black Hole Recordings. You know, they've been historically known for releasing Tiesto-related stuff, which is progressive trance, but then eventually they moved out into some more EDM and deep house and all that stuff, but it's still called Black Hole Recordings. The only fraction, or let's say, I wouldn't say fragmented, but the only one of these major, let's say, dance labels I used to follow a lot was Anjuna Beats, for example. And at some point, they created Anjuna Deep for the more mellow progressive trance stuff that they had. And the Anjuna Beats label was just the more uplifting, energetic shit. I mean, I used to love that label because, first of all, I love that music. And then I thought that at the time, and they still do it, of course, their covers were very simple. It was like the logo and a color. And on the top left, it was like the artist and the title, and then that was it. But it was like back in it had the principle of back in the day when, you know, the label was in the center of attention, you know? Yeah. And not the artist itself. I mean, they kept the same style at the end of the day. I mean, I mean, back in the good old days where records were a thing, and you had, I mean, I don't know if they had the financial, if this was scalable to release every release on a fucking record. Like, we're talking about big PP, big money here. I don't know, like every fucking release. And these were like singles, right? Like, it's the same shit that Lofi did, basically. It was like one track and 2-3 remixes on it. Sometimes there wasn't even a remix. It was like 2 tracks. And these were like fucking records. And and thinking about it now, sometimes I'm like, how do you find the money to press all that vinyl and then not really knowing if it's gonna get bought or not? You know what I mean? But it was so that particular content, of course, it had its time and it had its audience, and you didn't have to go to like some super cool DJ like a record store to find. You could get that shit on HMV. You know, like I bought 90% of my music when I was in the UK, even like, you know, DJing and stuff. I bought it from HMV because I just got it from there. And even when I moved back to Greece after my studies, I kept ordering vinyl through HMV. Like, like I would get like shipments of vinyl like every other week with my first salary, you know, in Greece or whatever. I would just order vinyl. But yeah, that's.
But I mean, that's coming back now, isn't it?
I think it does slowly. I mean,
it's definitely. I mean, have you not seen the news about it?
What news?
So basically, because major labels have seen that vinyl is kind of having a resurgence, they're now all reprinting all of their classics. You know, like Radiohead's first albums, and you know, Taylor Swift had that whole thing with her latest like re-release being printed on 45s, and everyone complaining about it because why is a man singing Taylor Swift?
I didn't catch that at all.
So what's basically happened is because major labels are now reprinting all of their classics, this whole people can't release their music anymore because vinyl's running out. There's only a couple of I guess manufacturers and presses that are doing it, and they're completely overloaded. a lot of like artists that are trying to release vinyl are now saying to like have your expectations for like mid to late 22, because like the vinyl printing people or pressing people are just they can't keep up anymore.
Damn.
Because you can now get every single like major release that's come out from now onwards, I guess. You can now get it on vinyl. You know, Billie Eilish's latest album, that was on vinyl and cassette tape. Like I said, Taylor Swift's latest album was on, because it's like a 2-hour album, it was pressed on 4 LPs.
Exactly, yeah. Jesus.
So yeah, there's a massive shortage of
fucking
well, not necessarily shortage. It's just
fucking Taylor Swift hogging the vinyl, man, for everybody.
Yeah, but I'm not mad about it.
I love you, Taylor. Send me a DM. Let's go up together. Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I think a medium that I would love to have stuff out as Pueblo Vista would be CDs. I still, to this day, do not consider cassette tapes as anything other than a waste of plastic. You can call me a dickhead, you can call me a douchebag. I know there's a lot of people who really love that fucking format, and I know a lot of people who just went out of the way to buy fucking Walkmans, or like, I don't know, go into their parents' attic and find like this old cassette tape players and whatever, and they, you know, post them and whatnot. I'm like, no. Just no. Because
do you want to buy one of my cassette tapes?
No, shove them up your ass, man. No. I refuse. Like, the only one cassette tape that I have is it was like a compilation thing that we did with Ethan from Lakeside. It wasn't that album. It was the previous one, because we did the One Fine Day one. And I have it on my wall up there, like sitting, like I put a nail on the wall and then I hanged it. That's it. I did another one. I did the covers for our latest collab compilation, the City Lights. But this time I actually paid attention. I actually did the covers as they provide them, as Insert Tapes provides them on their websites. Because before that I was like, oh, well, fuck it. So I know it's going to look nice. Like, from the product perspective, how it looks like something that I designed, because I'm an illustrator. I'm gonna buy it. I don't know when Insert Tapes is gonna put it out. I think Ethan told me that they're aware, like they're onto it. So yeah, I'm gonna buy it just for that. But I would consider myself more legit if I see my music on a CD.
Yeah. Okay.
Rather than,
but that's easy. Just burn a CD and scribble on it. Done.
No, man, you need like. Do you remember this format, which was like a huge CD in the size of a vinyl, but it had like such a short life. Like, yeah. But that would have been so cool.
It didn't even take off.
Yeah, let's just bring it back. Let's bring that back. Laser discs.
What about mini discs?
Pew, pew. Mini discs as well. Like, I had a mini disc. I was like, because
the thing is, you were in the EDM scene, so like the mini discs were big for like like hardcore and happy hardcore and like EDM and
it was a very easily portable device, so you can record your set on an MD. You could just plug it in, because it had like this line in, line out. It had a recording plug, and you can plug it into the mixer and start straight record there. I've recorded DJ sets like that. I wasn't gonna use my fucking Walkman, was I? Because with the Walkman you had to change, flip the tape, like that was it. Yeah. But with the MD you would get like a 2-hour mini disc, because it was the first. If you think about it, it was the first device that actually supported digital formats like MP3s. Yeah. Oh my god, we're so old. That was before the iPod, right? Yeah. Oh my god, I'm so old.
Yeah, it was kind of around the time that you remember those kind of specific MP3 players that were like thumb drives.
Yes.
And they only had like 128 megabytes, so you could really only fit about 5 songs on it.
Yeah.
Those were the days. You had to be really specific about what you wanted to listen to and repeat that day.
Oh my god, yeah. I think at some point before, like my wife is a bit like she's like behind when it comes to techie stuff or whatever. And before she got into the whole streaming or I can save music on my phone type thing, she was like she had like an MP3 player. Like where I even bought her something like a fancy MP3 player. Like I spent 60 euros on an fancy MP3 player from Amazon.
Okay.
That my daughter now has converted into her what I would like to say a javelin, because she just tosses it around. Or like yeah. Anywho, yeah. Well, let's talk LA-based artists.
Okay. Hold on 2 seconds before we jump into that. I'm just going to do quick on my phone.
Yeah. So for context sake, what we're going to be discussing, we're not going to be mentioning any names because after me and Aaron had like a very extensive talk or a call, I don't remember which, I definitely realized with the story that I posted, I provided a platform for that particular guy that I was calling out. And I found it also a little bit unsettling, the fact that I saw some of my guys in my Discord actually talking about it and saying, oh yeah, why not? Like, let's make some easy money. So I think this was a little bit like the moment where I thought that I agree with what I'm saying, that there's no such thing as bad advertisement, is what I'm saying. So the only reason I'm not going to be, and we're not going to be mentioning anybody's name, it's not because we're like respecting their privacy or whatever. It's more of the fact that I just don't want to advertise anybody, because there's no need, especially if that's like a scam, or if that's like a shitty thing to do, or if that's like something that I do not personally approve of. Because at the end of the day, you know, this is our podcast and we can talk about shit that we approve or that we don't approve, that we like. If you don't like it, fuck yourself. But I also went into a discussion with that guy privately, and I have to admit that he's been like very courteous, whatever. Like he was very polite, very straightforward about it. I mean, you could definitely sense from both sides there was like a hint of irony. But when he told me at the end that, you know what, like, you know, there's some people actually respecting me from your story. I was like, why should I be using my platform like to call him out when I could just, you know, just mention something that I've seen somewhere or whatever. Because at the end of the day, what's really important, and I want everybody to understand, is that I don't want anybody to get canceled or some shit like that. You know, I don't want to send, oh, there he is. He sent me a request all this time, but I'm just going on. I don't want to get, you know, anybody canceled, and I don't want to get anybody you know, sending hate to anybody. So yeah, anyway, I just provide a little bit of context.
Yeah, I saw
why we're not going to be mentioning LA-based artists' names. It's not out of respect of privacy. It's because, you know, you need advertisement. You need to pay us.
Yeah. I mean, kind of on that topic, I think the whole idea is dumb. Have you explained what the whole?
No. I was waiting for you to join. I was just giving
shit, okay.
I was saying.
Nope. There we go. You're back.
There we go. Yeah. 20% battery.
Oh, really? You've not charged it again?
Yeah, but it's iPhones. iPhones last a lot longer. So
yeah, true. Okay, I guess so. Basically, this particular, I mean, would we call him an artist? This particular person was basically saying that they'd sent some DMs around. They were fishing for artists to essentially create it was just a ghost produce, really. He was going to offer some money for you to ghost produce some music, and the intention was to kind of jump on this whole Lo-Fi Fruits thing, in a sense of put a shit ton of tracks out, put them all on a playlist, pump the playlist with ads, I'm assuming, and make money.
Yeah.
I understand the business side of it. You know, it's something that old Stevie Void's been doing quite well with Lo-Fi Fruits.
Allegedly.
Well, I mean, come on.
Yes.
And this kind of goes back to what we were saying the other day, that there's always going to be imitators. Whatever happens, you know, people will see that Lo-Fi Fruits are doing 30-second albums, you know, 100 tracks of 30 seconds. People are going to come along and copy that. This is just a prime example of that. You know, someone that's realised, it's just people with money. They've come along and was like, okay, so if I put, you know, 15 grand into getting 100 tracks together, then I can put all of those on a playlist, put another 5 to 10 grand into ads to get this playlist up to the top. And eventually you'll reap the rewards of the royalties. And because this person is essentially offering to pay outright for the music, like
to own it 100%.
Yeah, to own it 100%.
Yeah.
Great business practice, but not so great for the artist or for the community, I guess, because it's essentially someone just taking shit, making money from it, and not really caring about you know, again, supporting those artists. Because at the end of the day, the message was kind of brief of details and didn't really say what his intentions were you know, all right, we'll give you the music, but am I getting credited for that? Am I going to get producer credits? Am I going to be the artist that gets put on that? Is it going to appear on my artist page? Well, that information was omitted, most likely for a reason.
Yes.
And I can see why people would jump at the chance of doing that, because $150 a pop for a track can seem quite appealing for people that just want to make money from their music. There's no issue with that. That's great.
Yeah.
But the issue comes from when that music is then used in a certain way that maybe that artist naively thought wouldn't happen. And then they come out, and I guess in a similar way to the way everyone was kind of going at Lo-Fi Fruits, like kind of pitchforks, and it's like, yes, but that's what you signed up to do.
Yes.
And with, you know, us both, because we both shared it, we both were like, no, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
The intention there was to be like, hey, everyone, this is bullshit, but inadvertently it kind of worked more as advertisements for this person. I guess what I find the most interesting is that the person that obviously shared the original message, and then like you as well, they got a response from this person, whereas like I didn't, which is fine. I don't care. I probably would have said the same thing as you, but it's just interesting who he decided to get engage with. Which again must say a lot about his intentions, because he realised, you know, big numbers there. So I don't know. I think for the most part, this is a bit of a sketchy situation that I don't think people should be so eager to jump at the chance to. I understand why. I feel that from, you know, earn a quick buck. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. If you don't necessarily care about it, you know, one particular artist that I was speaking to about it was like, oh, I've got a Splice account that I don't use, I'll just throw some shit together and there's $150. If you want to do that, if your name's not getting put on it, fine, but there's still kind of the moral integrity there. If you really don't care that much about the community that you're so heavily involved in, then you know, that kind of shows where you sit on an ethics, or I guess integrity base. You clearly don't care that much, and if that's the way that it is, then that's fine. I'm not going to necessarily judge, but for those of us like you and me that are very keen to, you know, essentially we sit every other Sunday for 2 hours talking about all this bullshit. You know, we have ties to this community. We want it to succeed as much as possible, and seeing, I guess, some like pissant little lo-fi, little LA artist coming along, not giving a shit about it and just thinking that it's a meal ticket, then I don't know, it just kind of gets our backs up. And yeah, I guess when we all posted the reactions to it, kind of backfired on us and but I guess at the same time, this stems back to the whole fucking like chilled cat thing, where people will see what we say and see what the people say and will kind of take it in, but won't really care or react to it. And then it will come and bite them in the arse, and then they'll just come like, whoa, something's happened. Oh, what can I do? And it's like, it's not like, you know, we spent an entire weekend moaning about it and sharing fucking screenshots of shit. And it's like, again, it goes back to what we've said in the previous podcast is like, ask questions, find out exactly what the intentions are, find out how it benefits you, how it could, you know, what exactly is, just ask everything under the sun. And if they seem sketchy about it, or they seem like they're dodging questions or kind of giving canned answers, then, you know, maybe it is too good to be true.
I really appreciate the fact that you're being like very direct and very candid about what you're saying. For me, it was despite, well, on top of agreeing with you, for me it was mainly a morals issue, in the sense of because, as you said, we do give a fuck about what we do, and we have fucking ethics and we have fucking morals, no matter if we get big or small or whatever. Like, fuck the numbers, you know, because at the end of the day, we really like what we do despite popular belief, you know. And it's not just all about the money and the fucking playlists and whatever. Is that I just got so fucking triggered because the same fucking people who would preach about transparency and inclusion and blah and blah and blah on Twitter and on Instagram and virtue signal every other fucking day about this thing in the music scene and that thing in the music scene and blah blah blah, were the same fucking people who fell for the whole Lofi fruit scam. And then we're like, oh, Lofi fruit scammy, fuck Stevie Vine, meh, 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 meh. No, and this is what pisses me off, because it's gonna be again the same people who just like jump on the fucking bandwagon like this one, because like, yeah, I have an inactive Splice account and I'm just gonna, it's like $150 a pop, man, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I have nothing against you going after your bread. You want to make money, because, you know, there's some people out there who maybe they don't have they don't live in a comfortable situation that I have. I'm not saying that, you know, I inherited a fuck ton of money from my parents or some shit, or I'm like some trust fund kid, but I have a bigger house, I have a bigger salary, whatever, you know, fuck it. There might be some people, you know, who really want to provide for, you know, their family, for themselves and whatever. So they say, yeah, of course, whatever. I get it. But if you're that person and you make that choice, you cannot also be the person who says, oh, but I really think, you know, I care about the community or whatever. Dude, you just need to choose a side. Yeah. You either going to be, you know, doing this for a living and fuck it, you know, I'm going to use my Splash account and pop out like a fucking 1,000 tracks overnight and give it to the LA-based artist to do his shit. And then that's it. But he cannot telling me at the same. I mean, I cannot see you seriously. Like you don't come across to me as a person with, you know, morals and values, and I care about the music. No, you don't. Like, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, you might be in need and you might be doing that, but if you're like so grandly open about it, like, oh fuck it, like it's free money, then fucking, like, you know, go get your free money, man. But I don't want to do anything with you. Who's this guy who keeps posting "add me"?
I don't know, just kick them out.
Yeah. Add me. Fuck you, man. Who add me? Oh, add me, sir. Oh my god. I don't even want to go. I don't even want to go there. But yeah,
I don't have the ability to kick people.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna kick anybody out anyway. But this is where I stand. You know, it's like, I genuinely got pissed off because I saw people who I think have, you know, they're in the same wavelength, mental wavelength with me, saying, oh, fuck it, you know, like, I'm gonna, yeah, sure, it's like, it's free cash.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe you can call me like a dick, or maybe you can call me like too old-fashioned or whatever, but I just get fucking triggered with this shit. Like, there's some stuff that I don't, like, you know, that crosses a line for me. That's it. Like, you do this for me, you're out. That's that. After some time, you add me. Yes. Yes. We will add you after the time of the podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
I will add you. Yes. Then, as soon as this is over, I will add you in 30 minutes or so. Lauda? What? Nikki Lauda. Okay. Whatever.
What?
She said Lauda. The only Lauda thing that I know is Nikki Lauda, that Austrian race driver.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nikki Lauda. You know?
Yeah.
Cool. Anywho.
But yeah. That's kind of where we stand on that whole thing.
Exactly.
And it's like you said, it's not necessarily those that kind of jumped at the chance, because I can kind of see how like newer, naive artists think, holy shit, this is a fast track to make some money. Great. Yeah. Whatever. That's fine. You do that. But like, don't be surprised if it comes back to bite you in the ass. Yes. He's abusing us. Yeah.
Lauda is abusing word.
Nice that you're so upfront about that.
Lauda is abusing word. In what language though?
I don't know, but we keep saying it, so you know. Maybe we shouldn't.
Well, I would like to know. Oh, there we go. Somebody said, yeah. If he's from down there, yeah, maybe it means something. But does it mean something? Musa, can you tell us if it means something?
Has Paul just offended like a shit ton of people from repeating what he's typed?
No, I don't. I mean, it's not going to be the first time that this happens. So, yeah, it's okay. Please excuse. This is Hindi language. Yeah, I thought so. As soon as you said sir, I thought so. But yeah, you don't have to call us sir. We're nothing but sirs. Maybe my friend Ern is one. He's the British guy.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. What?
What's up, governor?
Tea and crumpets. Here we go. Bloody hell. Oh, he called us a dick.
Oh, nice. It's Lauda. So basically, Nikki Lauda, the famous Austrian...
is Nicky Dick.
Is Nicky Dick.
Nice.
Nice. Nicky Dick.
That's you learn something new every day.
Yeah, every day. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
That's great. So now every time, oh shit, next time, no, I can randomly text 11 now, Pratek, and just text my Lauda.
Let's just do it.
let's just do it right.
Just go into Discord.
What's up, Lauda? Wanna suck my Lauda?
Oh. Wow.
Wow.
Where were we? Yeah, basically don't do that. Naughty.
Yeah. No, be definitely like across the along the lines what we said. Like, if you want to be that guy, going after the paper, go after the paper, man. I don't want anybody to stay in my good gracious ways or shit like that. It's just like shit like that triggers me. You want to do something, and the best thing that you can do without listening shit from me is if you don't tell me. Just, do it on your private time, whatnot. I don't think, what I'm saying is that I don't think that doing something like that should be a public statement or should be something that you can announce or whatever. Do it in your own fucking time. Get that paper shut up. Make sure your name doesn't show up, because, people like these are not going to care to respond if you text them like, oh, but Paul, is the track going to appear on my Spotify for artists?
Yeah.
What, are we having more? What is it? What's happening, bro?
Don't repeat it. Just
what is
that?
Did you Google it?
No, I just don't.
I want to Google it. What does it mean in India?
No, okay. No, this is actually something really interesting, right? What? So you want us to follow you? What do you expect to achieve from us following you? Is it because we're both verified? This is like genuine conversation. This is something I've always wanted to be
exactly. Me too.
Interested in. Like,
exactly.
What is the appeal about us following you? Like, what content do you have to offer us? Like, what is the point of coming into someone's live and just being like, follow me, follow me, follow me? I mean, I've seen that you followed me, so he's probably followed you as well, Paul.
Probably, yeah.
I'm just curious. Like, what do you
like? Who are you?
Hope to achieve from having us follow you? Like, no, it's genuinely a curious, interesting question. Like, is it just the simple fact that you have people that are verified following you? And if that's the case, like, what does that offer you in terms of like clout or boosting your profile? Like, what? Nothing. You know, tell us what you want. You know, do you want to come on the live? Let's chat.
Yeah, let's chat.
Let's open the platform.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Let's get cancelled.
Yeah, well, we're not gonna get cancelled. I mean, he's definitely gonna make an ass of himself, but that's it. But he's a what? A boy recognized creator.
Don't roast. I mean, I know it's called Sunday Roast, but let's not roast the guy on air. Come on.
Well, he posted a legit diploma certification on his profile.
Oh, nice.
It says born on Instagram, boy recognized creator. Congratulations, Imzi Shanamad 009 for successfully completing the creator course. I mean, here we are talking about this fucking guy. I mean, there's no free cloud here because he's not really offering anything to anybody. But congrats, man! You're like a boy recognized creator. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get that paper. Let's get that paper. After time, you will add me. I know. I will add you, man. Yeah. I mean, he's got more followers than me, bro.
Oh, I mean,
12K followers.
Then you don't need us. Come on.
Exactly. You don't need us. We're just like fucking peasants, man. Thank. You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're more than welcome.
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome.
Yeah, we've deviated a little bit now.
They're welcome.
Mother chode.
Oh no. Oh no.
Mother chode. He called us motherfuckers before, I think. Yeah. Yeah. This is what mother chode means. Huh?
Mother chode.
Mother chode.
Mother chode.
Mother chode. Do I say it correctly? I think I say it correctly. Mother chode. Motherfucker. But the Lauda, yeah, Nicky Dick and Mother chode. We found something. There we go.
Nice.
There we go.
Mother chode.
Oh my god.
Mother chode. Mother chode.
If I say, wait a minute.
Oh.
Mera dick chuso.
If you can tell me what that was, there we go. I'm gonna put it louder. It's like, wait for it.
Mera dick chuso.
There we
go. Just stop.
What the fun part is that I used the word dick, but Google Translate didn't call it lauda. It literally used it. It said dick.
Maybe use penis.
Let's see. Oh, you think lauda is the academic word for penis?
Maybe.
No. I think it's chuso. Okay, so I say suck my penis. And then he said, Google Translate says,
Mera ling chuso.
Mera ling chuso.
Why?
This is what it says in Hindi.
Follow me on all abusing language.
Let's go, boy.
Boy recognized.
Oh, yeah. Boy recognized content, man. Oh, fuck. I mean, I really miss I would love it.
I should probably say, like, to anyone that's listening to this because they found the podcast, like, via Spotify or something.
Just whatever.
This is in, like, an Instagram live that we do every week. So, like, you know, that there is a chat right now that we are reading and someone's come in and they're saying stuff.
Pines are louder. Pines is louder. Pines. But is it pines or penises, man? You're confusing me now. What is it?
Oh no, now someone else is saying stuff.
Oh
no.
No, this is Yuri. Russian. I know Russian. I know exactly what that means. He did not
Yet.
repeat us. Yeah, Yuri, you just need to say "Bля, suka, bля."
Fuck's sake.
Сука, блядь, нахуй.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You're a rooster. Oh, roster.
Roaster. He's an Indian musical artist and a rooster. Great.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So enough with. Thank you for your creative, abusive language input.
Yeah.
I think this was like a good segue to maybe discuss for some, other topics as well. We had a lot of fun.
That was great.
Says, follow me for loud.
Oh no.
Oh god, this is spilling over. I think.
Follow us for louder.
For free louder. Oh my
No,
god.
I'm not free. Join my OnlyFans for louder.
It's
It was
okay.
so bad
It's
it
okay.
paused.
It's enough. That's it. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. All right, we're good. Wow. Thanks to Musa for fighting the good fight for us.
Oh wow. Okay, so let's move on that note.
Yeah,
on the
that
note of
one,
free
yeah.
louder.
Yeah.
What about that Lo-Fi Girl merch? I know that we mentioned it very briefly at the end of last time's podcast.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on labels releasing merch?
Sucks dick.
Says the guy with a fucking Pueblo Vista sticker on his bowl.
Dude, this is first of all, I made the stickers for myself. I didn't give anything to anybody. I put half of them on my fucking car.
Nice.
Nice. And that was it. But I definitely do not consider that much. Although there's going to be definitely a second. There's definitely going to. I say definitely a lot. There's going to be another round of stickers and stuff. Maybe I will send some to a few of you. Maybe I won't. But
You won't.
no, I won't. I just want to put shit on my car. That's what I want to do.
You should
But I
sell
think
them as NFTs.
good idea. That's no. I'm actually doing research, and I'm hoping that maybe in the next podcast, maybe we can talk about it. But on the other hand, why would I talk about it?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fucking do it myself. Fuck you guys.
I'm just gonna right click and save it anyway.
Exactly. Screenshot. Done.
So yeah, I don't get it.
It depends. Like, there's
I think if you're a
layers.
massive brand, like I get Lo-Fi Girl
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
merch.
yeah.
I mean, have you seen it? Do you really want to walk around with a t-shirt that says Lo-Fi?
Not only that, but you have to look like this. You have to have like a face for it too. Like it's lo-fi. You see that meme, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. You have to look a little bit sad, a little bit skeptical, a little bit presumptuous, a little bit intelligent, a little bit like studenty kind of like thing. Like gotta be, maybe you need to be rocking like the mug as well. Like, oh, I'm just doing shit on my laptop, and I would expect some laptop stickers though.
I think you can get stickers.
Yeah, okay. Something like that, I find it really sad though that the new MacBooks don't have an illuminated logo.
Do they not?
No, man. It's just
What the fuck? That's it. It's just cheapening it out now, aren't they?
no. It's a mirror,
Oh,
so you can do your shit like make sure it works.
oh, the screenshots from this are going to be horrid.
But why do
God.
anyway? I would like to talk about why people lick their lips, but no, merch. I think it makes sense what it boils down. Like I make my jokes when it comes to I see like labels or with not enough following or artists like out of nowhere is like, oh, he's like, I made some caps, or I made some T-shirts with my artist name on it. You want some? I don't really see a point. It's like, hey, I made like 50 T-shirts with my name Paul on it. I'm selling them for $25. Get
I'll
one.
buy one. I'm all about ironic T-shirts.
I mean, yeah, you and me will definitely buy each other's T-shirts, but just for shits and giggles. But if you're buying, like, I think, but you know what I mean. Like, it's come on. I don't think that anybody in this, let's say, in this chat, other than what's his name, would make T-shirts. Maybe we just gave him an idea now. I don't know. But
hold on,
I will
it's snowing
buy...
and my cat needs to come in. I'll be 2 secs.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Problem of owning animals.
We can definitely though make some free Lauda T-shirts. Follow me for free Lauda T-shirt. That would be a thing. That would be a thing. And because it's like it's language basically, it's not copyrighted or it cannot be exclusive or whatnot. So it's even better. Wait, I'll wait for Aaron to get back and then I can discuss it with him. But overall, I don't think if you're like a big label or let's say a big entity or an organization like Lo-Fi Girl or Chill Hop Music, it makes sense to have merch. It just makes sense.
I return.
Yeah, I just said that we should print some Follow Me for Free Lauda T-shirts.
Yeah.
I would love to wear that.
Yeah, but you know, I guess just people like, you know, people like Saturn and the Hula Hoops that are like, oh, I'm making some hoodies. Who wants to buy one? Go away.
I got something that is pretty close to home for me. It says, what is it? Like, Pierce says, I got some Aviary Day merch, kind of fire, not gonna lie. Yeah, sure, but I have a very special relationship with that particular label thing, so I don't want to even get to that. I get it, like you can make a bunch of fire stuff, no matter what. I can start, how should I say, I make my own artwork, because I'm a fucking illustrator. And I based the whole brand behind this bearded man guy, which is me, so fuck you. So essentially, if you wear merch, you're gonna be wearing me on your face. And
hell yeah.
Soon enough, I'm actually, and I can drop this piece of news, hot topic shit here.
Just a self-promo podcast.
I mean, it is. That's what it is at the end. I did the whole fucking podcast to sell merch, man. On episode 10, I'm just gonna come out with like a massive discount. Like it's gonna be Black Friday.
We're gonna open pre-orders. We'll open pre-orders.
I'll open up my butt cheeks. That's what I'm gonna open. No. Oh, speaking of Black Friday, I would like to make a joke.
Okay.
I was talking to my wife today, and she said, "Oh, you know, I'm ordering some stuff for Melina and for her cousin." I'm like, "Oh, cool. What are you getting?" Like, it was like this T-shirt. When I was like, "Oh, cool." I'm like, "Are there like offers because of the season now?" I was like, yeah, Freaky Friday. I was like, I'm like, oh, I'm down. Let's go, girl. Freaky Friday all the way, bro. It's like, yeah, what do you say? It's like, I'm not supposed to say it, but it's Black Friday. It's racist. So I said, Freaky Friday sounds great, actually, if you think about it. Anyway, so this was the joke. What I wanted to say is like there's soon going to be like a change in the bearded man. Well, I'm just...
Is it going to be a blue-haired boy instead?
No, I'm shaving him.
Is that it?
No, it's going to be a bearded lady.
Progressive.
Exactly. Conchita Wurst. You know, I live in the country here. No, I'm changing. I want to change. He looks like... You can see like his profile kind of thing. Like he looks away. I'm going to make him look more to the camera kind of thing. But it's going to be like a variation. I'm thinking about using the guy who looks into the camera to be like my artist thing. And the other one would be like the brand thing. But anyway, cool. Fuck it. So yeah, merch. What I was saying basically is that when you left is like if you are a large organization that you can support, sustain, and actually sell stuff, it makes sense in the sense of like you do. It makes sense to have it. Like it's logical to have merch. Whether it works or not, that's another question. Because you can see also like smaller brands, like for example, insert tapes. I mean, I wouldn't call insert tapes some sort of. I wouldn't call them like a household name. Or Inner Ocean Records. We know them in the scene, but I fucking own 3 of their t-shirts because I fucking love the design.
Yeah.
You know that what is it? DJ Meow Meow, DJ Choo Choo, the cat, basically. You know.
I don't know.
Yeah, they use the cat. It has a very distinct name. I'm stupid for not knowing. But you know, I bought that not so much in the spirit of support because I'm a fucking selfish lo-fi manager label myself, but because I really like the merch, the design, and similarly, I also bought a sweater and a T-shirt from Insert Tapes. Like the sweaters, like I find it really good. This is what I would. I mean, if I ever make like merch, I would like to have it like Insert Tapes, for example. They have like the Insert Tapes logo is embroidered. Which I think this is super cool. Like this kind of like gives off the vibe of you know quality. Like when you see something embroidered, it's a lot better than fucking vinyl stamp or like oh there it is, or like
he's
like
wet.
Print. Yeah, of course.
Wet pussy.
But when it comes to
I think so. Going on what Pearson said about like I've got everyday merch. Like if I was to do merch. As much as I'd appreciate like you guys like buying it, that's cool. Like so we're supporting each other.
Yeah,
I'd kind of it's hard to not sound like an arsehole by saying this. Like that's cool and all, but it's not people that listen to me as fans that are buying it.
Yeah,
and like with Chill Cow, Lo-Fi Cowgirl, you know they have an audience that isn't just producers,
exactly,
and they can make that merch, they can sell that merch, but having I've dabbled with the idea of making t-shirts. I actually have a Lazyboyloops t-shirt made. It's on a really shit quality t-shirt that's practically transparent because it was just like cheap and I just wanted to see how it would work, because we have like a thing to have vinyl transfers onto t-shirts and stuff, so we can make them if we wanted to. But at the same time I don't particularly, I would just be making money off of like other artists that support me because maybe they're wanting support in return, or they're doing it because they like me as a person and not necessarily like fans. And is that kind of me biting the hand that feeds? Maybe. But I think this is what the point I'm trying to make is that these artists and kind of smallerish labels, I guess, that are making merch, they're only really going to get sales from other producers, and whether they are producers that are just trying to get in their good books, or whether that there's genuine support there. I don't know, it just kind of seems a bit, we're kind of bringing that circle jerk back again, where it's just other producers supporting other producers, like with Tone Den, follow gates. I've got 1,000 followers on a playlist that are unfortunately all other producers that don't necessarily listen to it as much as like a general a normie would, I guess. So
it depends how you premise it. For example, I want to bring out an example of my example is Vastness, Sasha Kazanovsky. I'm doxing him out. Vastness, that's his producer name. His handle on Instagram is Vastness, whatever. Check him out. Like the guy sells occasionally merch, but it's not like, oh, this is like, it's like designs that he does and he sells them. He prints them himself and he sells them. But it is, and it's not connected at the same time with him as an artist, you know what I mean? Or like,
that makes sense.
He's, I don't know, call him like an aspiring t-shirt maker or something like that. That is the stuff. And he generally, there are some designs that he did that I liked and I would definitely buy. Two of them so far that I liked and I wanted to buy, I was on it too late, and they're not, he doesn't print them because he doesn't, he just prints a handful and he's like, that's it. And because I guilt trip myself so bad of not getting it. I bought a couple of his beats that from time to time he sells his beats as well.
Yeah.
$60 a pop, and I just bought them because fuck it, I'm stupid. I mean, this is how much they're
You're not stupid.
I'm practical.
Yeah.
Because then, anyway, but if you preface it in that sense, like, because for example, Dipshit said orange PV beanies, like, fuck it, you can get an orange beanie. It doesn't have to be Pueblo Vista. Like, maybe you're like so hardcore that you want it to be Pueblo Vista, and I respect that, and I like that. But you can get it. It doesn't have to have a logo on it. Like, I don't know.
I kind of feel like what I've said, I'm I've come across a bit ungrateful because I have a tape and other producers bought it, and I genuinely appreciate that. And it's awesome that was something that other producers saw that and was like, I'm gonna grab that. That's insane. But at the same time, I don't know. There's a part of me that wishes that I sold my tapes to, I guess, people that I didn't necessarily know. But then, that's probably just me being ungrateful. I don't want to come across as like a white.
No, it's not. It's not like
grateful.
I think just like me, you're really bad with compliments and shit like that. So. By the way, like Saturn is asking what flavor of vape am I using, and this is an advertisement. Boom, there we go. We're not endorsed, but the brand is called. Oh my god, Aromen Concentra. Oh, it's a German brand. It's called Drive By Melon, and there's a hashtag gang hashtag.
Wow.
gang hashtag. GG. Oh my god.
And on that note.
Right.
I guess the general crux of things like merch is cool if you have an audience to buy it.
Yeah, exactly.
But kind of making it just for the sake of making it, it is a good source of revenue if you have, like I said, an audience to buy it. But making it's kind of a risk to go all in on merch because it's not the most easiest thing to make. The equipment that we have that I can do to make vinyl transfers onto t-shirts that are like decent quality, all that kit costs money anyway. And even if you have like a little spreadshirt shop, you're not going to be making a lot from that because they take a huge chunk of the cost from that as well.
Almost 50%.
So there's a lot of risk there if you are going to go for it, especially as well relying on those kind of drop shipping companies. You don't know what the quality is going to be like unless you buy it for yourself first anyway. What you don't want to be doing, because this is something I did with the website that I used to run. We had a little store set up with some logos on a shirt and stuff, and a couple of the team bought one. No actual readers bought them, just people that were actually writing for the site. And the first thing they said when they got them, they were like, holy shit, these t-shirts are like so poor quality. And I was like, oh fuck. So we just ended up taking the shop down in the end. And that's kind of what you don't want to risk. But
Spreadshirt, on that one, I think Spreadshirt does a really good work. They do a really good job in the sense of like, it's like a pay-per-view, like a print per request, more or less, which is great. So you don't have to keep stock at your house, which I find pretty helpful. Again, of course, the downside is that, it's a whole other beast. It's a whole other animal, like merch, whatever. Like it's worse than actually managing a brand and just the artists and stuff like that. It's fuck my life. But
exactly.
But if you really want to go for it or whatever, do your thing. At the end of the day, I don't find it reasonable to that level. Basically, exactly what you said before. If you don't have an audience outside the fucking producer simps who follow you, like we all do, I don't see there's a point, because 9 out of 10, nobody's gonna support you. They'll be like, oh, this is fire, bro. Like, fire emojis and fire, and that's it. Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So you're saving yourself from being disappointed. I mean, I tried it personally with the merch. Like, I had it because it kind of like made sense in my head. And then I did the spreadsheet thing, and it's still out there, but I haven't really updated it. It doesn't generate any sales, whatnot. Like, it even has like old logos. I'm so lazy, I didn't even took it down. That's how stupid
I'm gonna go buy
it is.
one now.
Blech.
I also have 3 tapes for sale still remaining. Go on my Bandcamp. Just head there now. Lazyboyloops.bandcamp.com. Buy some tapes.
Send me what's your PayPal, bro? Drop your PayPal. Oh man.
We should set up a coffee for the Sunday Roast podcast.
We're gonna set up a coffee, and we promise you guys, as soon as this reaches 1,000 euros, we're gonna be dropping some merch.
Oh yeah. No, but that makes sense. Sunday Roast merch, totally. New Jarbies couldn't pitch to editorial.
Fuck. Can we pitch our podcast to the podcast editorials? Like, is there a podcast
even a thing?
editorial?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. But it would make so much sense if there was one, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, God. Oh, well. Okay, guys. So, again, it's been a blast. It's been Paul and Ern.
Yep.
And this has been the Sunday podcast.
We've learned a lot.
Oh, yeah. We learned Lauda.
Yep.
We learned the...
Don't do it again. He's gonna do it again.
Mera link chooso.
Fucks.
I love the fact that both our hysterical laughter is like a balloon
wheeze.
that blows up.
Mine can get really bad sometimes.
Yeah, I know, but it's super cool. It's super cool. Okay. Oh my God, we're such friends.
Well, it's
good
been fun.
times. It's been fun as always, and see you guys in 2
Follow me for
weekends.
free louder.
Okay, I got nothing.
Yeah.
Free louder, people. Ciao.